Other news at the Sawa, we know the Mining Indaba. It's returning to the CTICC in Cape Town. It's happening from today up until Thursday, where the theme is for 2026, Stronger Together, Progress Through Partnerships. Let's cross to SABC News reporter Katlego Legodi for more on what can be expected at the conference. Katlego, good morning. You're live from Cape Town. Obviously, we're looking at future directions within mining and the opportunities as well. So there's plethora of issues along that value chain. Tell us what we can expect as this kick starts today.
A very good morning to you and to our viewers at home. You're right, you find us in the mother city this morning as we kickstart the first day of the Investing in African Mining Indaba. This, of course, would be an annual event that would gather investors, those in the private sector, government, policymakers. They are here. Also, you find a whole lot of people that would be small businesses looking to play in this space. Another thing that is interesting here is that we've also seen the Hoshi, the chiefs, coming through, and the kings to form part of this. As you can imagine, how then a whole lot of these conversations would talk to the future of South Africa's mining industry. This is a very, very important industry to the economy, knowing very well that it contributes about 6 to 7% to the GDP of the country, and which is why it is very pivotal that these conversations will be held and they come through with the resolutions in line with the policies and ensuring as well that the future is safeguarded, looking at the geopolitical shifts that have been happening over time. Where you find us now, you find us just at the back of a very important press briefing. This would be a press briefing by the Minerals Council South Africa that would have kick-started us in terms of this particular session here. It's a week-long event, and what we can expect would be just a clear picture of the state of mining, especially here at home. That is why the Mineral Council just gathered us this morning ahead of the opening address by Minister Gwede Mantashe to really just look at the state of the mining industry, but also just bring it all home in terms of what this event would mean for the mining sector here in South Africa. I'm going to bring into the conversation with us just to reflect on this well-important press briefing that is underway and what we can expect in terms of the coming days. Tibello Chabane joining us from the Minerals Council South Africa to just help us understand the state of mining in South Africa. Are we turning a corner? Are we seeing those green shoots coming through? Are we still seeing the impediments as well that have existed over time and that may be holding back this particular sector? A very important week this is. Tibello, welcome to the SABC.
Thank you, Legodi. It is a very important week. It's important for us as South Africa to showcase the South African mining industry to the rest of the world. They must understand we're open for business. Yes, we still have our challenges, but we're certainly working through them. And I think where we are at this stage of South Africa, 2025, certain of the commodities, gold, coal, and the like, did well. They really contributed to mining profits. But then you've got the diamond sector that is still challenging. Other challenges that we have relate to electricity. As you know, load shedding is done, but we still have electricity costs that are challenged. We're not getting the kind of exploration that we need also as an industry, and we've still got to sort out logistics. So those are some of the constraints, but we really do think on the regulatory side also we're turning that circle to try to make South Africa a lot more of an investable industry so that it can grow. We can have inclusive growth in the mining industry. So I think we are turning that corner.
Let's look at what then needs to be done in terms of just safeguarding the interests of those that would be your members. You've mentioned the price of electricity. We know very well that some of the smelters have been closing down, jobs really on the line, looking at how then the high cost of electricity is impacting the mining sector. Let's look at what then would need to be done. And let's talk also issues of beneficiation as well, looking at what we can gain from this sector and filtering it all the way down to those that are on the ground.
Absolutely. So let's give the context. I mean, the ferroalloys sector at the moment is in a perilous situation. I mean, if something wasn't sorted out, I mean, we're going to be losing close to 300 jobs. We're already within this half of the year. But now, what went wrong? You're talking about electricity prices that we increased by over 1,000%, increase in competition and the like. So they've really been in a perilous situation. You might recall that South Africa, due to our strong chrome and manganese, we were, one of the largest exporters of ferrochrome, beneficiated manganese, beneficiated chrome. And early 2000s, we were really the leader. I think it was in 2013, run about there, where China took over. But, they took over because of our increasing costs. So I think what government is trying to do at the moment is trying to lower the price of electricity just to enable these sectors to survive. Because, if we don't have the ferroalloys, then, our steel and stainless steel industries, our beneficiation, really cannot survive. So it's absolutely critical. So the miners are doing their bit. We're supplying into those industries, but it's important that we get the cost of electricity right so that the beneficiation that we need in the country of these minerals of ours can actually take place.
And usually the concern as well would be around the safety within mining, the occupational health and safety standards that we see people going underground, and to really safeguard their lives against some of the shocks that may happen underground. When you look at Lily Mine, today we're still talking about some of those miners that are still trapped underground. How do we see the issue of safety playing out within the mining sector, looking at your reflection as the Mineral Council?
As you know, it's always given paramount importance, and attention. And it's one of the partnerships that we have with the Department of Mineral Resources, where we are focusing on safety. It's good that, 2025, we were able to certainly continue this journey of reducing fatalities in the mining industry. But, the mining industry, with all the numbers of people that go, the thousands, hundreds of thousands that go underground, that come out at the end of the day, all those in open pit, is actually a lot safer than a lot of industries. We forget that we are the industry that actually reports how we're doing on safety. A lot of sectors of the economy don't even report. So that's why there's this visibility of mining. But also that's why it's very important to mining, and why we actually keep it as our primary issue that we got to manage, keeping our people safe.
Shabani, thank you very much, sir, for giving us your time on the SABC this morning. Of course, it's all systems go when you look at the 2026 Investing in African Mining Indaba. Just last night, Minister Gwede Mantashe also gathering ministers from the continent to talk the all-important issue of critical minerals. And these are some of the conversations that we can expect to go well into this week. Stronger together, that becomes the theme as well. And at about 9 o'clock, we're expecting Minister Gwede Mantashe to deliver the opening address, and the Zambian President Hakainde Hichilema coming through to deliver the keynote address.